there, Sacred Hearts. This is my first love wisdom message for 2022. Monica Bermudez, intuitive quantum energy healer. I'm back for another channel, the love wisdom message that is coming straight from my Sacred Heart, straight from the collective Sacred Heart message that's coming through for the week, that I share every week, a different topic, a different theme of what wants to come through to share with the group. So this week is all about the healthy boundaries, and I like to term it the love boundaries, love healthy boundaries. So building a healthy boundary, but with the energy of love. So I want to talk about guarding your energy for 2022, because this is a very important energy shift that is happening in 2022. Major changes, big changes of energy, of the ascension, of the awakening that all of us are going through. I mean, at such an expanded level. So if you really feel you're already expanded and that you're already awakened, that you're already ascended, well, you're going to go even deeper because there's so many layers of it. So it is a very vital reminder and importance to really guard your energy and really bring in a lot of this heart energy to help you with that. And so I'm going to share some of that in this video, in this message for you. And so 2022 is all about the heart, and we are definitely kicking this off with a lot of the heart energy in this month of January, because Venus is in retrograde at this time. So when a planet is in retrograde, it always brings you inside of yourself, inward, into this reflective mode of, being a reflection, going within, and just really spending that time inwardly. So it almost feels like a cocoon, that you're in this cocoon of, some energy form that is just bubbling inside, and that's just being worked out and alchemized when a planet is in retrograde. And so the planet Venus is associated with your heart. It's associated with the love. And it's all sorts of, forms of relationships, not just the romantic. But of course, it could be the romantic. And I do feel that in this case, it's feeling like, because it's in retrograde, that a lot of people in a lot of the collective, there's been a lot of reflection on past relationships, past romantic relationships with others. And so if you've been spending your time reassessing, reevaluating, all your romantic relationships with the ones you may have right now, or even from the past, and really reflecting on those things and just learning from it, then that's because that is all the Venus retrograde energy that we're in for this month. So it's going to be direct towards the end of January. So spend the time now reflecting on it and make use of this energy to also not just reflect on it, but it's being reflected for a reason, to be able to release it if there's things that were in your past that were traumatic. And so this is where I want to come in with this message about the healthy boundaries, because, and why is this so important, right? Oftentimes, if you have such a big heart that you become such a giver, right? And that you've been acting and giving, to others because either you feel sorry for them, you feel guilty about something. And so in some ways, part of you, does give because you feel obligated in this way to give to the other, feeling sorry for them. But the thing is that if you do it in that way, it also hurts yourself, because when you start to overgive, then you just get to this burned out state, and you're not really helping yourself and you're not helping the other person. So it gets into this very stressful environment, and it just becomes so overwhelming and frustrating. And so that's why it is so important to learn and know about having the healthy boundaries, or having this love boundary, to know when it is, okay to really just say, I can't do it right now, or just saying no flat out without feeling obligated, without having any emotional attachment to something that you feel like you have to say yes to all the time. Oh, hello there, Samoya. Thank you for being here live. Yeah, so what I want to say is that, is that when we are overgiving of ourselves, we are depleting ourselves completely. And believe me, I did this so much before. I always just gave and gave and gave, and it just made me feel like I was this martyr, right? But it was just really destroying my health and destroying my mental, well-being. And so that's where, it's so important to learn about these, love boundaries. And I want to really jump into, some of these tips to help you to know that it's okay to say no. It's okay, not to feel like obligated for, it could be a family member, it could be someone who's really close to you, and you feel like there's some part of you that just feels like they have to say yes because for some reason, they you feel sorry for them, or you feel like guilty about something, or you just feel like you have to say yes. But really assess, where this is coming from. Is this coming from your, strength of your own heart of saying that this is the right fit at this time? And yes, I love that, Samoya, using the sacred no, sacred, and I like to say, use the word love, the love boundary, having, saying no with love. You don't have to say no with, aggressiveness or too much assertiveness. And, it's a way to just say it, in a loving way, of course. And by saying no, you're also, allowing yourself to have your own space and your own time to be able to grow and expand and flourish and recharge when you need to recharge. And by doing, these acts of this love boundary, healthy boundary, it's an act of self-love, an act of self-care, and an act of self-worth. Because you're really giving yourself your own worth and your own power back as well. So it does all tie into the heart, but there's also an element of the solar plexus that comes in here too, right? So because I feel like when I am able to say, when I'm coming from a good sacred no, like Samoya says, so this love, using the love energy to say no, I feel that the heart and the solar plexus come into this balance. But when I remember, when I'm reflecting back, using this Venus retrograde energy, reflecting back on the times when I used to just say yes because I felt like I was really obligated to say yes, even though I was really stretched and I was really burnt out, and to the point that I was just so unhealthy, that I remember that my solar plexus and my heart would just feel disconnected, and it would just feel like something was telling me, like, say no and no and no, my guides and my what I was feeling, but of course I was ignoring it. So it is very important that you pay really close attention to your body, your sensation of your body, and how your heart chakra and your solar plexus chakra are talking to you as well, because every component of your body is also very much alive, and that is how it communicates with you as well. It's giving you the signs and the signals of the things that are in alignment for you on the path forward. And that is why we have spiritual guides. The word guides meaning that they're guiding you where your soul is meant to be aligned to. And when things are in alignment, they come with this natural flow of energy to it, without this, huge resistance on things, friction, what it feels like, this clashing friction in your body. Then that's where you have to really pay attention where that's coming from. So let me jump into 3 sacred keys to maintaining this healthy boundary, or like I like to say the term love boundary, your heart boundary, and bringing in this love energy for yourself. So number 1 is definitely knowing how to say no with love, and just being firm about it, and not even having to say sorry, but I can't do it. You don't have to even say sorry, but just say I can at this time. I'm just giving an example, right? And so, this, just know how to say no to that. Or, saying, if somebody is like calling you, but you can't get to the phone, or you're not going to answer like every phone call, for instance. Or if you have a set time, right, when you can receive calls, just say, I can only receive calls around this time. And that is also setting that love boundary, with others, and setting that stage as to where you stand. And so number 2 is to pay attention to just know where you're at, with your own self-care. Pay attention to the way you're caring for yourself. And of course, listen to your body, listen to your heart. So, building on the self-care will also build on your love boundaries, and will also teach you how you can set yourself, to know what, works for you, and where you can reach out to, where you can, ask for help, where you can connect with others, and what seems like, the right flow for you, or, the flowing energy that feels comfortable for you at this time. And just, do the things that you love to do, that are in the moment, in alignment for you at this time. So number 1 is know how to say no, and of course know how to say yes to, if you feel that it is a yes for you and the heart is singing yes, right? And number 2 is, practicing the more of the self-care. And so just really building on that in the self-care area. And so finally, for number 3 is to use your heart to be discreet, be discerning of the things and the situations around you, right? So tune into your heart, and all of us have this ability. It's just really tapping into your heart, and really just communicating more with your own heart, and feeling into its energy. And the more you practice on this, the more you become this self-awareness, and building this awareness is also tuning you in deeper into your own heart energy, and also asking your heart what it is that it needs at this time, right? Because your heart is connected to your soul, and so all of that interconnected with the divine cosmic beings that you are is, a form of just tapping into your higher self as well. And the more you practice it, the stronger it will become, and the stronger your intuition will become, and your channeling as well in your own way, and channeling whatever comes to you is appropriate for you, right? Thank you for that, Samoya. Sage advice from a wise goddess. That's so sweet, coming from another goddess, right? So I just want to share these 3 sacred keys of these love boundaries, like I said, and just put those into practice. And I would love to hear any love wisdom message you have as well. If you want to share in the comments, feel free to do so. And just wanted to also share how excited I am, because I'm launching my group program at the end of the month. So if you haven't seen it yet, the link's in the comments. If you're watching this in YouTube, in the description section, and I have it all over Facebook as well. but it is such a great deal, and it has tremendous amount of results. And so all the heart energy and everything that we just talked about will be coming through with all this light language and energy codes to assist with all that and bring it in at a much faster and accelerated rate. And working with the dragon's energy, that's really what it is. It's very quantum level energy and very powerful. So I hope that you're able to join my group and see you over there. And like I was talking in the beginning about this Venus retrograde, at the time that I'm planning to launch this program, Venus is going to go direct. So that means that the energy is going to go in this forward movement of energy. So the energy, that light code energies that are going to come in are going to be super amplified with this Venus going into this direct energy mode. So at the time when I had planned this, I was going completely by guidance, and I didn't realize it until now that the planet Venus in retrograde is reflecting moments preparing to build up towards the end of January for this quantum program that I'm launching on that day when Venus is going to go direct. So it's going to be extra special and very powerful, and I really am looking forward to sharing this with you so much. And if there's anything, of course, that you need, just feel free to reach out to me at any time. For anything else, any other love wisdom message you would love to share, feel free to do so. And I look forward to connecting with you in the next love wisdom message as I come Facebook Live every Friday at 8 p.m. Eastern Time, 5 p.m. Pacific Time. And I have my YouTube channel, which I'm planning to also post another video this weekend on my YouTube. And I'm going to talk about the faith, trust, and surrendering energy, which is what's coming up also for 2022. So I hope to share that with you very soon. So take care, and I'm sending you all so much love. Take care. Bye for now.